I said I couldn't stream the exam, so here we are. Question 1. Which of the following perks applies to blindness to the killer after a successful killer blind action? Well, this one's easy. This is recent. Which one of the following perks applies the blindness status effect to the killer after a successful killer blind action? That's Residual Manifest. The new, that's Hattie's perk, believe it or not. Okay. Which of the following situations does this icon appear in yellow? This is a trick question because it can be both. Which of the following situations this icon appears in yellow color? Usually it's increased, I believe. Anyway. Usually, not all the time, but usually. Which one of the following offerings calms the entity and slightly increases the distance between sacrificial hooks appearing in the world? Increases the distance. Putrid and Petrified, I believe, are purple. Rotten and Moldy are yellow. Only slightly, so it has to be one of these two. Increases. So if it increases the distance, that means a survivor's using it. I think it's a moldy oak in that case. I should just let it repeat. Sorry, I'm gonna go with a moldy on that one. In which of the following situations this icon shows up? The survivor. Oh, did I? Hold on. Ah! My windows, everybody. Hold on, real quick. Am I under DBD here? Yeah, I am. Okay. Let me mark this off for the quiz. There we go. Okay. Which of the following situations does this icon show up? The survivor is heavily injured and requires more time to be fully healed, at which this status effect is removed. The survivor is heavily damaged and cannot be healed past the injured state. Oh, that's broken. The survivor's healing progress regresses when not healing and blood trails left when injured are increased. Sounds like that one. Survivor is heavily damaged and is gradually getting closer to the dying state. If the survivor takes any damage while affected by deep wound, or if deep wound timer ends, the survivor... No, that's not deep... No. So it's not this one. Yeah, this is like Sloppy Butcher. It's like Hemorrhage, right? It requires more time to be fully healed, at which time the status effect is removed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel confident about that. Which one of the following perks reveals the auras of all survivors within 8 meters of any locker when you search a locker? Well, if you've played recently, this is easy. That would be Darkness Revealed. It's a Dredge perk, believe it or not. Which one of the following offerings calls on the entity to prevent the appearance of one chest? To prevent the appearance of one chest, it comes down to a scratch coin or cut coin. And the scratch coin is the yellow one that prevents one chest. Final answer! There we go. Trickster starts the trial with blank blades by default. 44, 22, 33, 55. I play a lot of them. It's 44. It should be 50. I'd like it if they buffed it to 55. But no, it's 44. Hint, hint. Behavior. Which one of the following doesn't raise the Nightfall meter? Is it one of the survivors hooked, survivors injured, a healthy survivor being chased, or the teleport power being used? Good question. I can tell you that it's a minuscule amount. I do know. It's a survivor's hooked, yes. Whenever a survivor is injured, yes. A healthy survivor being chased, I don't know, and I would assume the teleport, yes. So this one is the only one that makes a little bit of sense to me as the one that doesn't really increase nightfall, because I think we've had dredges who chase somebody for a while and then it doesn't do anything. But then again, I don't know. I'm not too confident on this. I have to say, this would be a lifeline question if I had to say so myself. I would probably ask the audience if I had a lifeline here, but I'm going to go with the healthy survivor being chased. I'll lock that in. Which one of the following add-ons makes the trapper start the trial with all bear traps carried with him instead of spawning on the map? It's one that I like, but the fact that you can't pick them back up when you set them down, it's the trapper sack. Trapper bag is the green, trapper gloves I believe is a brown, iridescent stone is a pink. That one sets itself. Gloves I think has something to do with the setting time, and the trapper bag just allows you to carry an extra one in your hand. And you start with 3, I believe. So, trapper sack, final answer. That's easy. How many blood points will you receive at the end of the season if you reach iridescent 1 for both survivor and killer? It's 1 million for both sides, so you would receive 2 million altogether. And then if you have 1 million in your pocket waiting for the season reset, you get a cool 3 mil payday. So, Smoot, is it cheating if you made DBD and you're taking the quiz? I'm trying to help you out. Who knows? You may have different questions than I do here. What was Felix's career before he entered the realm? This I don't know because I haven't really studied some of the lore on some of the newer characters. Ever since, truth be told, ever since Legion came out, and it was literally just like Frank was going to be a star of the basketball team until he got kicked off the squad by shoving a referee into the stands. Ever since that opening statement, I've not gave a single shit about the lore, and I really need to go back and read up on everybody's like backstories and things like that, because supposedly it's really in depth now. So that might be a thing to do. Felix's career, presumably, judging from his perks, built to last is a pretty damning thing of architect. I forget what's his other ones. There's the one with the hook icon and something else. Visionary. I'm gonna go with architect. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong on that, but I think built to last, and visionary being the 2 perks that I can think of offhand. And I think desperate measures is the third one. Those names, it could be a detective, you know? But I'm going to say architect. I feel strongly about that. In which of the following situations does this icon show up? Hindered. That is hindered. The character-based movement speed is decreased. You wouldn't have increased speed if you had hindered. I'm just doing this to show you that I know a lot about DBD, and I'm like a fucking wealth of information of this game. I could be wrong on like a lot of these, but I think this is fun, and I won 1 million blood points as well. So, which one of the following offerings grants 106% bonus blood points in all categories to all players? It's the one I collected over 2,000 of amongst many killers and Quentin and Hattie. That's the Frightful Flan. Alright, let's change the music up a little bit here. Let's try this. Oh, no, not that one. Hold on. Change it up a little bit here. Actually, wait, hold on. I think that was the same one. I think it was the same one. Whoops, hold on. Bring that back, hold on. There we go. Get some more drums going. There we go. Survivors can place locks on lockers to slow the dredge exiting them, but each locker can only be locked once. That's easy. Which one of the following perks applies the blindness and the exhausted status effects to a survivor whenever they perform a healing action when they're inside your terror radius? Blindness and exhaustion. To a survivor when they perform a healing action. That sounds like Septic Touch. Fearmonger is when you're on a gen, so it's not that one. Dissolution's the one that involves pallets. Darkness Revealed, that's Dredge's open a locker to see where people are that are close to a locker nearby. It has to be Septic Touch. So there you go. Which one of the following maps doesn't have a killer shack? The one that's indoors, RPD. RPD. In which of the following situations does this icon show up? I believe that is a boon. Survivor gains a positive effect related to a boon totem. Snuffing or destroying the boon totem dispels the blessing. Ding, ding, ding. That one. This is the one that Valentina mentioned earlier that she had a hard time with. What's the name of the coffee shop Michaela worked at? Again, as I mentioned before, I'm not up to date on the lore. The lore of individual characters is probably my weakest category of trivia for DBD. Excuse me. Mooncake is an actual pastry, if I'm not mistaken. Moonlight sounds plausible. Moonlight, Moonstone, Sunstone sound plausible. I think from what I remember in the Hallowed, or the Midnight Grove, that's it. The Midnight Grove event, I think it's the Moonstone Cafe. I could just be trying to manifest that as the correct answer. I could be guessing, but I think that's the one. So I'm going to lock in with Moonstone. Can previous rifts still be accessed if a new rift was released? No. Rift is the battle pass, and once the battle pass is closed, that's it. So that's what the rift. The tomes you can still access. Tomes, yes. Rifts, no. When were the twins born? Oh boy. Well, I do not know. I'll say that. I do not know. Oh, they're really pulling out the punches here. Okay. I'm trying to think here. 19th century, no. I'm trying to think of when, like, nautical stuff was happening, because, like, 1900s was technically the 20th century. 2000s is the 21st century. 1800s would be the 19th century. 16th is, like, 1700s. I think that's a little too far back. You're saying 18th because of the French Revolution? Okay. I will go with that, actually. 19th is a bit too modern for them because they're like the one outfit from the Rift makes them look like makes Charlotte look like they're wearing like a nautical Napoleon outfit sort of thing. 18th century, I think, is kind of in that timescape. I think. I'm just guessing. I'm just trying to make, talk it out and make a little bit of sense out of it. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I do not know. I figure I should have like one lifeline that's like consult the wiki. You know? But I'll go with 18th century, yeah. How long does Ghostface's mark yeah, the Ghostface's mark last by default? 60, 40, 45, or 50 seconds? It's not 50. I'm thinking either 60 or 45. I think it's 60. I'll go with that. 60 seconds. Because I think... Didn't they up that recently? With his rework? I can't remember. I'll go with 60. Because it does take a while for it to come off. So. In which of the following situations does this icon appear in red color? The skill check success zone for the current interaction decreases. The skill check success zone for the current interaction increases. If it's red? I mean, are we citing Old Ruin here, like the first iteration of Hex Ruin? Skill check success zone for the current interaction decreases. I kind of feel like it's that, right? I'm gonna go with that because it seems like it's talking about. Well, maybe it's talking about the little bar thing. Where if you're on a repair, and then it's like doing that. Because it's got the icons on the... Well, usually what's... Like... You can't really see it, but where the messages are, there's usually small icons, like right where it says submitted by Luna Arcana on the left. There's usually that, so... I'm gonna say decreases. And like I said, the red makes it sound like they're citing old Hex Ruin. I could be wrong, but either way, I'm going to lock in with that. Which one of the following add-ons cannot modify the Legion's terror radius and chase music? Ooh. Ho, ho. Well, actually, no, this is easy because they recently changed this because I think there might have been some fuckery with Dissolution, which I still want to try at some point. But I think they got rid of the map-wide terror radius line on the iridescent button. So basically now, whenever you pallet slide across a pallet as Legion, it just breaks. There's no, you know, oh, you can hear his music, he started his feral frenzy, you know, none of that anymore. So I'm going to go with that, the iridescent button. What's the name of the band that the Trickster worked at? What's the name of the band the Trickster worked at? You mean performed with? It's No Spin. Because of the little flashlight thing from his rift. I remember that. The Nemesis character originates from Resident Evil. That's pretty easy. Which one of the following perks hides the scratch marks and auras of survivors within the Boon Totem's range from the killer? Circle of Healings for heals. Exponential, I think, is the one that lets you get back up. Unbreakable, as we nickname it. Dark Theory is the one that gives you additional movement speed, just a tiny, tiny bit. Obvious one is Shadow Step, so there you go. Which one of the following items cannot be found in a chest? Is it a rainbow map, utility flashlight, a flashbang, or a skeleton key? As somebody that enjoys rummaging through chests all the time, it's a flashbang. You can only craft those in a locker from the perk. Which of the following perks allows you to see the scratch marks of other survivors within 32 meters of you? Well, we know it's not Boon Shadow Step because we just answered that question, so we know it's not that. believe it's inner focus, I think. Because residual manifest is the one that lets you get a flashlight, and then when you blind the killer with the flashlight, they are blinded, they can't see anything. Overzealous is the one, these are Hattie perks, by the way. Boon Shadow Step is Michaela's. Overzealous is the one where if you cleanse a totem, you get a bonus to repair speed. So the only one that makes sense is inner focus there. Which should really be called outer focus, considering what it does. Eh? Wait a minute. Yeah, that has to be right. That has to be right, right? Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah. Oh wait, oh, inner strength, right? Wait a minute. Time out. I kind of want to access my lifeline here of checking the wiki. I'm thinking it's not inner focus, because that might be what inner strength is called. It might be residual manifest then. I think. Because that sounds like, residual as in like a different word for resident, and manifest is that you want to put something out there. So resident manifest would make sense for the scratch marks, and then that's also the one where if you blind the killer, they can't see for however long, 30 seconds or something like that, so they can't hook you. I think inner strength is now inner focus, which is Nancy's perk. So I'm going to go with residual manifest on that one. And overzealous, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that one. Yeah, inner focus. Ooh, that's a little tricky. That's a little bit tricky. I almost want to use the lifeline on that one. I still might when I come back. Still might. Can previous tomes still be accessed if a new tome was released? Yes. Survivor and killer grades are reset on the 13th of every month. Yes. What made the artist stop feeling alone after her young brother's death? Is it drawing crows, renown, or wealth? Oh boy. Again, thanks Legion for not making me read other people's backstories. I'm gonna go with drawing. Could be crows, because that's also part of her gimmick. Renown, not sure. And wealth, I don't know if she was rich or not. I would have to guess either one or two here between drawing and crows. Here, we'll change the music up. We'll make it a little bit more intense now. Hold on. Here, go for the... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just drums. Let's go. Let's go. Which one of the following describes the effect of the iridescent wind plank add-on? Exiting a locker during nightfall. Exiting a locker during nightfall blocks all vault locations within 16 meters for 5 seconds, or survivors are afflicted with the exposed status effect for the last 12 seconds of nightfall. This one, and I would like it if they up the time on it a little bit, just to like maybe get it up to 20. The other one is the other iridescent, which I do not remember the name of, but I'm like, yep, that's the one that blocks the vault location. I can't remember the name though. But I know the plank because I used it and I was like, ooh, give me more planks, please. When I was playing Dredge. Which one of the following items cannot be used to open a closed hatch? It is a broken key. The dull key is a purple, skeleton key is a pink, broken key is just there for looks. So if you wanted to read the aura of the killer, you can use it for 5 seconds, and there you go. Since when did Hattie, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Hattie Carr? Howdy Carr Since when did Hattie the Batty Car start seeing things nobody else could see? Oh boy. This is also from the tomes that I cannot remember for the life of me. Huh. Actually trying the PTB? Go for it, man. You'll give, like, at the very least, you'll probably be awarded like 1 million blood points because they had some snafus with it. But yeah, give the leveling a try. You'll probably see why I hate it and things like that. And also check out some of the new perks and give that a shot if there's anybody still playing it. I'm sure there is. Since when did Hattie start seeing things nobody else could? High fever, lost your parents, haunted World War II bunker in the Alps, or explored the Doria Institute. Ugh. High fever sounds like a misnomer, if I'm using that word correctly. You think it's World War II? Trying to think. I kind of want to say it's lost her parents, but I don't think that's right. I'm gonna go with the Dora the Explorer Institute with that one. I can't remember, unfortunately. And if it's part of her backstory, I really, that one I should know. That one I absolutely shouldn't have an excuse for. But like, I know they mentioned her in like 3 extra tome stories, but it's like the extra stuff is so hard to keep up with because they write so much. Yeah, I'm gonna go with and say Doria there. Cenobite character originates from Hellraiser. In which of the following situations does this icon show up? Base movement speeds decrease. Survivor cannot use movement speed abilities. Character's base speed is increased. That is haste. That is the haste icon. It shows up on the side on the right where my square is, and it increases your base movement speed. Which one of the following perks breaks the pallet if a survivor fast vaults over a pallet while they're inside your terror radius? As I previously mentioned, that's dissolution. And the reason why I think they kind of nerfed the iridescent button on the iridescent Legion pin so that they could put that on a perk for some reason. Still want to try it. Still, it seems like a solid combo. Spirit Fury is the perk that I fucking hate that breaks pallets when, you know, the killer eats enough of them and breaks it. If they get one for free. Darkness Revealed is the locker perk for the Dredge, and Septic Touch is the one that we've already answered up above about, you know, exhaustion and all that stuff. Which one of the following statements is wrong about boon totems? Killers can snuff out boon totems to deactivate the associated boon perk and dispel its blessings. That is correct. Snuffed out totems can be blessed again. Also correct. The auras of the boon totems are visible to the killer. That is incorrect. Each survivor can only have one boon totem. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Each survivor can only have one boon totem active at a time. This boon totem will combine the effects of all their equipped boon perks. Yeah, that one's correct. Okay. So the incorrect statement is the auras of boon totems are visible to the killer. I'd like them to be fucking visible. I think that would help out a little bit. But what would be the point? You know, you'd just be like, oh, they booned something, let me just rush over to dispel it, you know? Which one of the following add-ons makes all survivors begin the trial with a reverse bear trap installed? That is the videotape. It's one of my favorites now since they reworked the pig. Videotape used to do something about her ambush speed. And the reason why I have like nearly 150, 200 of them is because I wanted to test out the reworked add-ons for her, but the videotape was disabled. And I saw the description, because they also, in that same PTV, rewrote every description to be a little bit more clear. So when I was like, oh, everyone starts with a head trap on, I clearly have 4 in my back pocket that I could still use. Nope, no mention of that whatsoever. So after the PTV, because again, for whatever reason, it was bugged out on the PTV, it was disabled. So I never actually got to try it out before they disabled it. So I was like, huh, let me just grind all these videotapes, because it used to be a yellow add-on. I'll just, you know, at the time, yellow add-ons are more frequent than a pink, because right now, before they rework it into, you know, something shitty with the leveling changes, each level 50 blood web guarantees at least 1 ultra rare, whether it be an offering, an add-on, you know, whatever, or an item. It was a lot more frequent to gain yellows than it was pinks, because you could still get like a Mori or something else that I didn't want. At the time, it would also be rule set number 2, which was a pink. So basically, rule set number 2 went from a pink to a green. VHS tape went from a yellow to her second pink. And last will is the yellow box that I think does something with her ambush speed now. It used to give you an extra head trap back in the day. The secret's fucking terrible. That's her other pink, and it's the one that they never fucking bothered to touch, which really kind of pissed me off, because I think it's her weakest fucking add-on, to say the least, where you start with less traps, and it's something about, like, I think crouching. If you like crouch, you can see the auras of people a little bit closer, but you have to be like right up on them. And rule set number 2 is basically you can't see the boxes until the head trap starts. That's the only decent one from that. And I deliberately, when I was trying to get all those yellow VHS tapes before they changed into a pink, I didn't want any of the rule set number 2, because they were the pink that I didn't want to waste blood points on. So, nice little backstory and back history on that. And with the leveling changes, there's no guarantee that you'd get a pink at level 50 now, and are forced to pay a fucking prestige tax to prestige each time, and I think it's stupid. So, as Max will probably find out here shortly. Anyway, just a little backstory. I really like Pig. I have a shitload of hours into her. I know, it's like the back of my hand. I know her really, really well. Anyway, moving on. Last 10 here. Survivors are guaranteed to find the key for the reverse bear trap at the maximum of blank jigsaw boxes searched. This is a change that I don't like, because of people doing the AFK strategy, being fucking shitheads. They kind of nerfed Pig into giving her a 5th box, and them saying that there's like some weird math. I call it Canadian math, but there's a max of 5 boxes, and after the 4th one, the 4th one's the maxed one. So once you get to the 4th box, you're guaranteed to get out of it. And they've said that they've tweaked some things around, although without specifics about, you know, less likely to have like a one and done, first box searched, head traps off sort of situation. But because of people doing the AFK pig strat, which Corvus showed me the video too, I was like, okay, this is fucking stupid. Why are people doing this? Just make it so that people can search boxes through the killer. Since, you know, it's a really wishy-washy situation of how you're able to go through the killer in certain situations or invincibility frames in the game as it is. And I feel like that should be addressed, instead of, like, you know, nerfing Pig into, you know, having 5 boxes, but the 4th one will guarantee an escape. I think that's stupid. I don't know how to pronounce that last O there, but the Onryo character originates from, clearly, Resident Evil. No, I'm just kidding, it's Ringu. It's Ringu! The Ring. First movie was pretty... I wouldn't say great. It was okay. It was entertaining. First movie was pretty good. Second one was kind of... Actually, second one was kind of odd, I think, when I saw it. Preset loadouts have come to DBD along with the Roots of Dread chapter release on June 7th. Players now have the option to save up to blank presets for loadout and blank presets for customization. 3 and 3. When is the anniversary of DBD? That is a great question. June blank, look at that. Okay. I'm guessing it started. I'm guessing June 16th is the correct date because that's when the event started. Is it a coincidence that I'm not noticing perks in the lower levels of the web? Nope. Nope. Because it's if you have people prestiged, like up to what is it, Prestige 3 or something like that, their teachables should be spread across everybody else. So. I don't know. Maybe it's not a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe it's the music. Maybe it's putting you in a trance, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to say June 16th, so we just came off of that. Executioner character comes from Resident Evil. Bam! Fine. No, I'm just kidding. It's Silent Hill. Silent Hill. In which of the following situations this icon appears in red? I've never really noticed this one. I would say the frequency of skill checks for the current action increases. I'm gonna go with that one. Never really noticed that one actually before. This is a hex icon. Which of the following situations does this icon show up? Survivor suffers a secret penalty related to a hex totem. Cleansing the hex totem releases the curse, or the survivor gains a positive. Oh, where did my mouse go? The survivor gains a positive effect. No, it's a hex totem. It's a hex totem. Little skull, dead giveaway. Hex totem. Oh, this is a good one actually. This is a recent one. What's the name of Dredge's power? Reign of Shadow, Reign of Corruption, Reign of Darkness, or Reign of Fear? I think it's Darkness. I don't remember. Oh, it could be Corruption. Could it? But no, he doesn't put out Corruption. Like, things don't close off. Or anything like that. It's probably Darkness because it gets fucking dark during nightfall, so I might... Could be Shadow, too. Because he kind of hides in the shadow of a locker. I'm going to go with Darkness. That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm wrong on that one, but we'll see. Which one of the following maps has a killer shack? Midwich? No. Treatment Theater? No. Lampkin Lane? No. The obvious one's Eyrie of Crows because it's outdoors and it always has that shack in the corner of the Citadel, and the map should be changed into something less fucking predictable. Hint, hint. Which one of the following perks increases your repair speed after cleansing a totem? Which one of the following perks increases your repair speed after cleansing a totem? Oh, Overzealous. What am I... Yeah, I'm overthinking that. The cleansing... I mentioned it earlier. I said it earlier in the quiz. Overzealous. In fact, they're making the numbers better on it next in the PTV here. Overzealous. Inner Focus, I think, is Nancy's perk. Residual Manifest is the flashlight one. By the way, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna check the wiki on that other one. Make sure that I'm right on the Inner Focus one. That's gonna be my one lifeline that I'll use. Okay. So I think I'm right on that. And lastly, in which of the following situations does this icon show up? Survivor is heavily injured and requires more time to be fully healed, at which time this status effect is removed. I think this is Mangled, right? Survivor is heavily damaged and gradually getting closer to the dying state. If the survivor takes any damage while affected by deep wound, it's not deep wound, okay? It's not deep wound. I can tell you that right now. Survivor's healing progress regresses when not healing, and blood trails left when injured are increased. Yeah, that's probably the... Oh, wait. Maybe I have this wrong. Hold on. Maybe the first one was hemorrhage, wasn't it? Wait a minute. Yeah, this one's mangled. The blood drop is hemorrhage. Wait, let me go back up top. Hold on. Yeah. That's hemorrhage. Sorry. This one's mangled. Down here, number 50. Heavily injured and requires more time to be fully healed, at which time the status effect is removed. Yeah, that's right. Because it's fucking not deep wound, and it's not broken. So I think that's right. Now let me go back up here. I'm gonna go check my answer for inner focus. Let me go back to that. I think it is inner focus. I think I might have talked myself out of this. So we're gonna check the wiki. See if I'm right. It is okay. It was a thing. Okay. You can see. Okay, so I was initially right. I talked myself out of it. Okay. So what's Nancy's perk? Inner strength. Is it just inner healing now? Is that it? This perk has been retired. Yeah, quote unquote retired. Into inner healing. Okay. They even changed the icon. I didn't even notice that. It used to be Nancy. Look at this. It used to be Nancy right here, and then they changed it into some generic guy, some generic dude. Oh man. Okay, so I was right. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Wrong thing. There we go. So I was right with this, and I talked myself out of it because I thought it was going to be part of it. Anyway, that's my one lifeline. I'm ready. Look away. I'm gonna hit done and make sure that this isn't like. Hold on. Make sure this is right. Okay. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'm gonna hit done and just make sure it doesn't give any personal information away. Hold on. Ta-da. Right. Hey, look at that. 90 out of 100. What did I get wrong? 17th century for the twins. Okay. Crows. All right, I guess it was that obvious for the artist. Reign of Darkness. Hey, I got that right. Lost her parents. Lost her parents for Hattie. Everything else was kind of correct. Petrified oak. Okay, so I guess I was wrong on that one. Let's see. I'm glad I checked the wiki to make sure I was right for my one lifeline, so I was entered in for the. So now I have entered in for a chance to win 1 million blood points. Will we get it? You might have to tune into the next stream to find out. What other ones I miss? I'm glad I went back and double checked this as well, because I got these kind of mixed up and then I corrected my mistake. Yeah, I was right on that. Yeah, this is this icon appears red when so I'm guessing with like maybe Thanto and whatnot. They're talking about the small thing, not the actual skill check wheel, because that was what old Hex Ruin did. If you got a good skill check, it would regress the gen. You had to get greats to progress it, and it really kind of owned in my skill of getting greats. Not perfect, but I kind of have a huge practice on those. That's right on the yellow. Yeah, okay. Did I miss anything else? June 14th. Oh no! How did I screw this up? How did I screw this up? Hold on. Where is it down here? Hold on. Hang on. Oh, it is the 16th. Oh, I was thinking of the event. So it's the 14th then. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, sorry. Here, let me go back to the thing. And yeah, everything else was correct. It's just the anniversary I was unsure about. And then the moldy oak. Okay, I can't believe I got that one wrong. I should have known better. Petrified oak, huh? And that one is a purple, right? Is it not petrified oak? Was I right? Yeah, that's a purple. Let's see. I need to increase the minimum spawn distance. Okay. Yeah, it used to prevent individual hooks from appearing. Used to be green, then they made it purple for some reason, and they just did stuff with the distance. Things like that. Okay. Yeah, I should have known that. I was even waffling. I was like, it could be Lost Your Parents, but I don't know. And again, this was a little bit obvious. I should have known this one too instead of drawing. I was like, oh yeah, she's an artist, so she clearly, you know, started drawing after her brother died, knowing nothing about her lore. And the twins, 18th century, yeah, it was 17th. Nice try, Val. Everything else was correct. Hey, I got the architect one. I got that one right because I sounded that one out. So those are the only 5 that I missed. Here, let me cut away for a sec. Hold on. And oh, it just closed out to the thing here. There we go. That's it. Netflix crashed is trending. Okay, well. That will be it for me. Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. Sorry for this one taking so long. Thank you to Val earlier, teaming up. Again, sorry that we couldn't get a crown. But there's always next time, like I said. There's always next time. There we go, let me turn that down. There we go. This weekend is a 4-day weekend for me. Tuesday we'll be back for the Tome Along for Tome 11. We'll do all that. And then we'll probably just fuck around and probably get up to 1 million because that will be the 5th, right? Let me look at the date here. It's technically July 1st now. 5th is on Tuesday. So, yeah, we'll do that on the 5th. And if I do score the... Yeah, there we go. 1 million blood points. You guys will be the first to know. Check the Twitters and the socials for all that. And give it a try yourself. You might, maybe they'll have different questions, and maybe you'll know more than I do. Things like that. So, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time. Good night.